Hello, this is Fraser Coast Stories with George Seymour, and I'm joined today with Sam Gould from Screen Fraser Coast. How are you, Sam?
I'm well, thank you, George. How are you going?
Yeah, really, really good. So tell me a bit why Screen Fraser Coast was founded.
Screen Fraser Coast was founded really based off the Harvey Bay Film Festival that was held a few years ago now. And I guess realising from that we had a real film community here on the Fraser Coast. I guess
Yeah.
they all sort of came out of the woodwork. We didn't really know, that these sort of creative people existed in our town. So it sort of gave us the idea to sort of let's start something. So me and my co-chair Amy sort of sat down and worked out what we sort of wanted to do. We wanted to sort of form a film industry body for our region that had a lot of sort of goals that we wanted to achieve and a lot of objectives we wanted to achieve during that. And that goes down to, providing like workshops
Yeah.
to the youth and to the young people, and not just that, to adults in our region who are interested in getting involved in film and wanting to get those skills. We recently just had a crew workshop, which I know you came along
Yeah,
and
that
played
was a lot of fun.
small part in our small
It was
movie.
really good to see the production getting made. Yeah.
Yeah, and the exciting bit about that was just seeing the young actors.
Yeah.
The young actors having that opportunity to be onto a real film set, even though it was a short movie. It sort of showed the talent that we have in our region that we'd love to be able to give those opportunities to. And another one of those things is obviously bringing productions to our region. So that's one of our main goals this year, is to sort of go out to a lot of production companies with sort of a kit to try and promote the Fraser Coast and get them to film their feature films on our beautiful region.
Yeah, because there's a wide range of sets, whether it's historic Maryborough, very remote and wild places in the Great Sandy Straits, a coastal region like Harvey Bay. That workshop you were talking about before, it's more industrial, and the Hive, that was done over about 48 hours.
Yeah, it was great. It was a 2-day filming for the movie, but you being able to utilise the location, which was very kind of the Naples Centre, because they actually gave us that venue for free, which was fantastic. And I guess the community really supports it as well, which is fantastic to see. We have our industry networking events, so we do have one coming up on the 19th of June down at Aquaview. And that's really just to invite anyone that is interested in the film industry or is in the film industry. A lot of people move from different regions that think that there is no industry up here, but there actually is. And we want to see them be involved because we need those skills.
Yeah, that's right. And you had the very first Fraser Coast Shorts Film Festival last year. That was, that received entries from right around the world, but also local entries.
Yes, we had some local entries. We have a special category which we're going to have again this year, which is a student category just for our local schools.
Yeah.
So they can be done on their iPhone. They don't even have to have proper video equipment.
Yeah, iPhone and CapCut.
You can do amazing movies on your iPhone these days. And they have to be a short movie, so they don't have to be long. And we would love to see lots more school students getting involved. And hopefully we're looking at doing a scholarship program this year with the help of the government. So that's what we're working towards, and offering a scholarship program for those youth. We're not too sure how that's going to look yet, but we're in the process of putting that together. And then we're also got an award for a local Fraser Coast film that just has to be filmed in our region as well. So,
And when will the film festival be this year? Has a date been set?
it's in October. It will run from the 17th of October to the 25th. We'll have a screening in Maryborough at the Brolga Theatre, which will be really exciting in the Federation Room. And then we're also looking at having the student screening and adult screening at Big Screen again this year. And we're going to have a film industry discussion panel as well, which we had last year.
And then will you have the awards like last
The
night?
awards, yes,
on
on
the
the
red carpet?
25th of October. We'll be at the clubhouse. So that's an exciting night, and it's a chance to award the local people that have actually won, and also invite visitors who have entered from outside our region to come to that awards night.
So if a local is thinking about putting together a film, what timeline, when do they have to get the film in by?
The deadline is the 20th of September, so you've got plenty of time to get working on it, and you can just submit it through Film Freeway. So if you're a student, we're actually going to have a code for you, so it's free for you. So we'll pop that on our website for students, and then that won't be any cost for students to actually submit.
Yeah.
So we don't want to have any cost barriers there for our student population to be entering our awards. So we'll be offering the students a code so they don't have to actually pay to submit their films.
And when you started Screen Fraser Coast, did you look at any regions in Australia that are successful with creating a film industry?
Yeah, we've got really good relationship with the Sunshine Coast, with the Screen Collective down there. and working with them. And we've obviously got support from Gould down there, who's with Fraser Coast Films up here, which is fantastic. So we do try and share a lot of our stuff with them, and they share our stuff with their sort of members. And I guess looking at what they've done at the Sunny Coast is where we want to be. We want to be able to offer all those scholarships and programs for the school kids and that sort of stuff, and being able to try and open up those educations in our region, because at the moment there is no film education at uni or TAFE in our region. So that's something we would love to be working at.
And the Sunshine Coast has done well with stories. Like there was that series, The Strange Calls, which is set around Mount Coolum, and it's just it's sort of like with Napoleon Dynamite, where the landscape is its own character. Sunshine Coast with Glasshouse Mountains, the beaches. Do you think the Fraser Coast could use the film festival the film industry to celebrate and really get our natural environment, storytelling out there?
Yeah, definitely. Look at you go back to even history, like the Delinquents filmed in Maryborough. I know I've talked to a few young people and they're like, they've never heard of the Delinquents. I'm saying, look it up, go watch the Delinquents. We'd love to.
Hopefully it's on Prime or somewhere. I don't know how you could get it. Yeah, it's good.
Probably just watch it on YouTube now. But I think, looking at all the historical places we've got, specifically Maryborough, and even like our, I think our Gary Island, over at Gary, all the beautiful spots, like just even the sand dunes and things like that, you can picture multiple different sort of themes of movies that could be filmed over there. I know that me and Amy last year were talking to a couple of companies that were interested in actually, filming to do with the Sandhills. We were competing with WA at that point. So, but I think we've got the beautiful, all the way down to the fishing villages, so many different ways of you can tell a story in our region, whether it's a horror, whether it's a comedy, whether it's, a drama. I think we've got perfect locations for it. I think we're also probably more affordable too. So,
that's right. And supportive.
A lot more affordable. I think the community get behind these sort of things, which is really exciting.
You'd have a lot of people keen to be extras from all the community theatres and stuff.
Exactly. And that's what we want to be promoting. We want to also be able to have people getting paid to do what they love. Ultimately, that's what we want.
That's right. Yeah, real industry where people can be camera operators, sound.
But, obviously it's not going to happen instantly. We know that. I know it takes a lot of work to sort of get there. But we're lucky we've got a great committee of people that are really keen to make the industry grow up here and support it and support the young people. And that's what Screen Fraser Coast are here for, is to support anyone that's interested in the industry. If they've got a really good script or a really good movie idea, come speak to us at Screen Fraser Coast, because we can help make it happen. Yeah,
and do you have good links in with the Queensland body?
Yes, Screen Queensland. Yes, we definitely work with Screen Queensland. We keep them updated with what we're doing. And they're fantastic supporters of our film festival. They're sponsoring us again this year, same as council, which is fantastic. So we really appreciate council support, because without those sponsorships, the festival couldn't happen. We just wouldn't be able to actually have it happening in our region. So it's good to sort of get that support. But Screen Queensland are fantastic, and ultimately we want to be able to provide a lot of the workshops and things that they do up and down the East Coast. To have that sort of opportunities here at the Fraser Coast, where they can do a workshop here on the Fraser Coast.
And it's great that your latest workshop is creating a film. So the people that were in that back, behind the camera and in front of it will actually see a produced film. Short film.
Which is exciting. Anyone can come along to it. We'll be at the Harvey Bay Neighbourhood Centre. You can book tickets through our website. But it's a great little movie to watch, because we've got local talent in there. We've got the local crew that made it behind the scenes. It was a live workshop, so it was a 3-day film intensive workshop. But it was great as far as, because I actually took the workshop myself, in learning the actual skills behind the camera. Behind the camera, the focusing, the lights, how it all ties in together and how it actually works behind the set.
And go from the script to filming it, because obviously it's not done linear. You don't do scene 1, then scene 2, but you do what works.
You try and do it in the order of where we're actually positioning the cameras and shooting, so we're not having to move around too much.
And look after continuity, so you don't change the clothes.
And it was a lot of work, a lot of a learning curve for me, because I ended up doing a lot of the producing on it, which was getting all the props and organising all the cast and all that sort of stuff, which was, I really enjoyed it. It was a bit of an insight for me that I enjoyed, but I also like the fact that it shows that we can do these productions in our region.
And what's the short film going to be called?
It's called Smile. and it's about like a smile sort of disease that gets caught and infects people. And I really advise everyone to come along and watch
fantastic.
it.
So when is it again? When's the launch?
That's on the 27th of June at the Harvey Bay Neighbourhood Centre. It's $10 for a ticket, and you can just book through Humanitex or through our website. The link's on there. But we invite everyone to come along and enjoy that. We'll have a little Q&A afterwards. So I'll be chatting, and also the director, Brianna Mitchell. And then we've also got two of the main actors that were involved in it that are also going to be talking. So it'll be good to hear from the young actors as well.
Night.
Yeah.
And so, Sam, what's next for Screen Fraser Coast?
We're looking at doing an extras workshop coming up. So that will give an opportunity. I know we had one last year and a lot of people didn't know about it and wished they had come to it. So we'll have Amy and Kev taking that extras workshop again this year, and it just sort of gives those people the training so that if we do get a production here, they can come be an extra and they know exactly what to do on set. Yeah,
I've been an extra in a couple of films, and it takes a particular art to continually be looking at the menu and drinking coffee, to not draw attention
and to be
just
miming.
To be in the background. It's kind of what I try and do my life generally, is be in the background, unnoticed.
So and I know that Amy is looking at a couple of productions in the next sort of 12 months or so. I don't know, nothing's sort of been finalised, but I know that was one of the things that we want to sort of be doing, is a few more productions in this region.
Yeah, it's fantastic. If you look back in the history, I mean, we had obviously Subdivision. There was Subdivision, with Gary Sweet and Brooks Atchwell.
Yes.
That was 15, 16 years ago. Before that, The Delinquents with Collie Minogue.
Yeah.
More recently, The 13th Summer with Beck Hewitt and others. And then Georgie Parker was in that.
Yeah, and She Loves Me Not.
And then She Loves Me Not with Lincoln Lewis and Rhiannon Fish and Georgie Parker again. Yeah. But it would be good to get them a bit more regularly. I mean, there was a big space there between. Then we had a little bit of shots of that one with Matthew McConaughey, Fool's Gold. Yeah. But nothing really recognizably Harvey Bay.
I'd love to see something done out in the Sandy Straits, Pelican Banks, Moon Point, or using all those beautiful destinations.
Yeah, I mean, you could use some of them as a deserted island, whether it's Woody Island or Round Island even.
You might need to write a script, George.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, maybe I will for this year. Yeah, turn up to Fraser Coast Shorts Film Festival this year and see it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks so much, Sam, for what you're doing with Screen Fraser Coast. It's really important for our community, and it's great to see a new industry growing like it has.
Yeah, thanks, George. And we'd love to see anyone come join us.
Excellent.